South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Hello and welcome to Headliners. I'm Naja Sherman. Right now, we begin with the story you will see only on CBS News Miami. An Alligator Alcatraz detainee is talking about what he says are the conditions inside the detention facility in the Everglades. He says he was sent to Alligator Alcatraz the next day after his temporary protected status was revoked. CBS News Miami's Steve Majuri took a call from him from inside that facility.
Para nosotros las condiciones son fatales. Esto no está apto para ser humano. Nos bañamos un día sí, 3 no. Las luces no nos las apaga ningún centro de recreación. La comida, a veces la comida, sí te dan comida, pero a veces juegan con la hora, te la dan a una hora sí, ahora una hora no. Hay gente, por ejemplo, el medicamento es fatal. Aquí no te dan medicamento para que te entienda un médico, no te atiende. Hay gente.
There have been no reported deaths at Alligator Alcatraz, but Enzo Aspite and his family want people to know what he says is happening inside the facility.
Uno queremos usar el baño y no podemos porque no ven todo. Estamos fósforos y de paso arriba del baño tenemos una cámara.
That's why they first contacted us, then stuck with the call, despite warnings of monitoring and... But Aspite kept calling back. He says he is living under a hot tent that leaks when it rains. He says the sound of rain on the tarp is frightening. We reached out to ICE and the Florida Division of Emergency Management, asking if Aspite's claims are true and if the alleged conditions align with their standards. ICE referred us back to the state, who called his claims false and said there is a 24/7 fully staffed medical facility with pharmacy on site and there is working air conditioning throughout the facility. For 30 minutes, our calls would be interrupted by messages like this.
Esta llamada puede ser grabada y monitoreada.
Still, the conversation continued. During our interview Sunday night, we asked Aspite about his nutrition inside.
When's the last time you've eaten?
Esta mañana.
How long had you eaten before then?
No, al mediodía.
Aspite says he gets a hot and cold meal each day, which consists of a ham and cheese sandwich, an apple and chips. We asked him why he feels that the conditions there are meant for animals.
¿Por qué no te creo eso? Porque ve, no tienen una malla como una malla de pollo. Tienen 32 personas en cada malla. Tenemos nada de privilegio aquí. Nos tratan, cuando uno quiere pedir algo, nos tratan como una basura. Uno queremos usar el baño y no podemos porque no ven todo. Toiles se desbordan. Eso es agua con pupú por ahí retuciendo en el piso. Eso es algo demasiado horrible.
FDEM said the facility meets all required standards and is in good working order. In response to the conditions about the toilets, FDEM said all wastewater is hard pumped into 22,000-gallon frac tanks, maintained below 50% capacity and pumped daily to minimize transfers. Tanks, hoses, and connections are fully contained to prevent spills and are regularly inspected to ensure zero environmental impact.
Water, trash, bus services, and even the future of libraries, all hot topics after Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniella Levine Cava revealed where the county stands when it comes to the budget. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us from Doral with how the changes will impact your wallet.
At the same time, we're keeping tax rates at a historic low.
A promise from Miami-Dade Mayor Daniella Levine Cava, who revealed her 2025-26 budget. The mayor said she does not foresee an increase in the millage tax rate. County commissioners will discuss the issue next Tuesday, but there will be cuts to make up for a $402 million budget deficit.
In parks, some programming will be reduced.
But what programs isn't known. That depends on if a park has a pool, sports activities, or other amenities. The Office of New Americas, created to help immigrants in Miami-Dade County, is among the cuts. They process and help with the paperwork of those who are U.S. residents and want to become U.S. citizens. We came here, we rang the bell, we knocked at the door, but nobody responded.
We increased our investment in law enforcement by 8% on average each year of my administration.
Mayor Levine Cava said the sheriff's office asked for an increase of 14% for next year's budget. But this budget's proposal only accounts for an 8.5% increase. We reached out to Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office for comments. We are still waiting for a response. As far as the mayor, she said that there will be no cuts in services like trash collection, running water, and libraries. Now, Tuesday, the commissioners will be discussing this 2025 budget, which is supposed to go into effect October 1st. We are in Doral. Ivan Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
An outpouring of support for former NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. He was suspended from his coaching job at Miami Northwestern High School, where he once played. The school suspended him for breaking state rules. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones is at the school, and many people there tell her they are stunned by the suspension.
This news is really making waves on social media. Teddy Bridgewater took to his own personal Facebook to ask for donations for his football team. He listed out what he has been paying for. We're talking Ubers, meals for his players, among other things, all totaling more than $100,000. Now, this was not a requirement by the school, but something he did on his own. But according to Florida Athletic Association for high schools, it's not something you can do. So they suspended him. This is Teddy Bridgewater leading the reigning Class 3A state champs, the Miami Northwestern football team, on the field. But it's what he was doing off the field that was really making an impact.
With him closing that gap of making sure that the students have a way to practice, pre-game meals, I don't think he did anything wrong.
In this Facebook post, Bridgewater was asking supporters to donate to the team. He listed the cost of things that he covered out of his own pocket, like a $14,000 training camp, $1,500 a week to feed the players, and $700 a week so players can get to and from practice. Starrick Smith has known Bridgewater for many years.
What Teddy is doing is not new. This has been a legacy of our community for decades. And all of a sudden, because it's him, it's just like really big deal, you know? And so I think that sends a bad message to people who have good hearts.
Bridgewater was suspended by Miami Northwestern High School. He took to social media again to say it's impossible to suspend someone who doesn't work for you, also vowing to not go anywhere. The school district sent us a statement that reads in part, the Florida High School Athletic Association has clear guidelines regarding impermissible benefits, and we are committed to upholding those standards across all our athletic programs.
The rules need to change. The bigger issue is the fact that the most talented kids are going to private schools, and private schools don't have to abide by any of these rules.
Smith says Bridgewater has always been a giver.
When I was the former director of Parks and Rec for Miami Gardens, he would pay for the entire registration for the kids to play football. That wasn't an easy feat. I mean, you have, hundreds of kids out there year after year after year.
For parents and alumni like Monique Barley, the punishment doesn't make sense.
I believe what he did was good, and it was the betterment for the community, especially in the Black communities.
Despite the suspension, Bridgewater says he is committed to not only the school but the team, and says he will coach from the bleachers if he has to. In Miami, I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, sharks in the water? Is it a good thing? See what experts say the wildlife may mean for our aquatic ecosystem next.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Naja Sherman. Now to a health alert. 4 people have been killed by a flesh-eating bacteria here in Florida, and one of the deaths happened in Broward County. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten spoke with a specialist about the symptoms and what you should avoid doing.
It's frightening to think about a flesh-eating bacteria that can be deadly. In Florida this year, we've had 11 cases so far. That includes 1 fatal case here in Broward. After a day in his watercraft, George Alcatraz is heading in. He just learned of a death in Broward from Vibrio vulnificus. Now he has questions.
What is it? Where can you contract it? Is it in the water right now? I just came out of the water and I'm a little nervous.
4 people have died in Florida this year from Vibrio, including 1 in Broward, as well as Bay, Hillsborough, and St. Johns counties.
The worst cases are if you're immunocompromised. If you've got a normal immune system, you should do fine.
The Florida Department of Health says the bacteria can be found in warm salt water or in undercooked or raw shellfish and oysters.
The main symptoms are blisters, then swelling. It can include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, fever, chills. are the main ones. It progresses to making a hole in whatever part of your body got infected.
Dr. Hirsch says people should not go in the water with an open wound and be careful while you're in the water.
You can get a cut, you can get a scrape. Swimming, if you're by a reef, a coral reef, and you just get a scratch from that. If you're handling fish and you get a puncture from a fin, any of those things. If you get a break in your skin and that bacteria is around, you've got a problem.
Some solutions: rinse off after getting out of the water and make sure your seafood is well cooked.
It's very frightening. Luckily, it's very rare.
We asked the health department here in Broward for more information. Specifically, how was the case transmitted here? Was it by food? Was it water? They didn't answer. In Pompano Beach, Ted Scout, CBS News, Miami.
Great white shark sightings off the coast of Maine triggered warnings for people to stay out of the water. Those sightings are not new in South Florida, but they do get a lot of attention. That's why CBS News Miami's Dave Warren went out on the water. He learned why we see sharks so often and what it means for our ecosystem.
A shark reeled in miles off the coast of Fort Lauderdale in May.
You're being very brave.
Just weeks later, a little girl bitten off the Gulf Coast. Shark stories are everywhere.
The thing that we like to say is if you're in water and it's salty, there's probably a shark nearby.
For Catherine McDonald and her team from the University of Miami Shark Research and Conservation Program, that's exactly what they're hoping for. This nurse shark was one of many they caught today.
We'll take a few small tissue samples, a blood sample, and some measurements that we can use to study the health of sharks here.
Here being Biscayne Bay. Turns out it's a perfect place for researchers to monitor shark populations over the long term. In 2024 alone, they reeled in and tagged more than 550 sharks. The bay perfect for these species to have and raise their young, but it is changing.
Because South Florida's estuaries are warming about 6.9 times faster than the global ocean, there's reason to be concerned that between all of these human impacts and warming, we may see this habitat become less good for them as time goes on.
For Delaney Reynolds, preserving this habitat is a calling.
I actually went on my first shark tagging trip with the University of Miami in high school, and I knew the second that I stepped on that boat that this was something that I wanted to do.
She's been doing that for years now as a PhD student at the University of Miami.
What we're seeing is that there is some migration with warmer waters of different species northward, which is affecting fisheries.
From that first tagging trip to now this. Reynolds working with these summer scholars, taking part in their first shark tagging trip.
Great. You get kind of like an adrenaline feeling when they come on board because you just put those lines in and you wait for them to bite, and then when they finally come, it's really exciting.
They're high school students that come here from across the country.
So I really wanted to explore this aquatic wildlife and you know, enjoy the ocean and learn more.
Exploring firsthand with a team of researchers.
Every time we see a shark, it's not only the summer scholars who are excited, but my team as well.
And excitement felt 4 times when 3 nurse sharks and a black-tip shark were all reeled in and tagged. So no matter what the species, the students and researchers like what they see today. Researchers tell us the number of sharks here is mostly stable or even increasing slightly. That's good news for our environment.
Sharks being present in an ecosystem is usually a good sign for how well that ecosystem is functioning.
That's good so far. But something these current and potential future scientists will continue to monitor.
Strong work, guys.
So all of the research that they found today, the researchers and the potential future researchers will analyze and see how all of the waters in and around South Florida are changing. On Virginia Key, I'm Dave Warren for CBS News Miami.
When Headliners returns, I'll show you how a team is transforming dreams into reality for some South Florida softball players. Stay with us.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Naja Sherman. Changes are coming to Broward County Public Schools. It's because of budget cuts. The district is no longer providing automatic free lunch for every student. Instead, Broward County Schools announced another option for parents and students. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray is in Fort Lauderdale with the alternative.
I'm going to 4.
Fourth grade? Okay. You're going into second.
Joaquin Guerra and his brother Julian are getting in as much playtime as possible before heading back to Hollywood Hills Elementary in about a month. Joaquin can tell you what he likes best about the cafeteria.
Chicken and rice.
That meal was free for everyone last year, but this year in Broward, free lunches are not universal because funding's run out. The Guerra's grandmother is sorry it's changed.
I think there should be, for those that can afford it, it's a great help. The parents, some of them can afford to pack a lunch for their kids.
Some Broward families may still be eligible, and everyone is encouraged to apply online at myschoolapps.com. A reduced lunch can cost as little as 40 cents. Christina Ramirez is program coordinator for meal benefits and explains how it works.
The eligibility is based on the total amount of members in the household and the income coming into the household. We do encourage everyone to complete the applications online because you just never know if you're eligible, and we still offer universal free breakfast to all students under the Universal Breakfast Program.
Mary Quintero plans to weigh in with the district and ask them to consider making lunch free again.
Is that way the kids have their, their bellies full, they can think clear and learn easier.
Like the sign says, it's time to power up, especially your computer. Every family is urged to put in an application for free and reduced lunch. School starts August 11th, and for the first 30 days, every child will be eligible for free lunch. After that, it will depend on your application. And once again, free breakfast for everyone continues in Broward County. In Oakland Park, Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
And this week's All New Miami Proud, from the vibrant fields to the inspiring classrooms, the Miami Stingrays are transforming dreams into reality for young female softball players. For more than 2 decades, this elite organization has been a launching pad for athletes aspiring to shine at the collegiate level. And they're not just hitting home runs, they're also making significant academic strides.
The Miami Stingrays, a powerhouse in softball, have dedicated the last 20 years to training talented athletes for competition at both state and national stages. With pride, they share their remarkable achievement. About 300 young women have earned scholarships to colleges across the nation.
We knew that once these kids started getting older, we realized now college is the next step, so now we wanted to make sure we could try to groom these girls to be prepared to play for college and then put them in front of the best colleges in the country and let them, showcase themselves.
For me, a huge part is seeing the girls grow from, just picking up a ball and glove, turning into a national elite player.
For Angie Ugarte, coaching the Stingrays carries a profound legacy.
It's full circle. Again, like I said, my mom started the Stingrays, passed away when I was 17, so she actually never saw me complete that goal of playing in college and whatnot, but there's no doubt that she's up there watching over and having a hand in all this.
The Stingrays welcome girls as young as 8, fostering an environment of growth and support.
It's been fun and it's giving me confidence. It's given me more challenge to get better.
With state and national titles under their belts, the Miami Stingrays have developed athletes who have made their mark in NCAA Division I softball across the country.
For 30 years, we've been one of the top programs in the country.
These girls have fun, but we are putting them against the top competition, and it's just a different level. So the Stingrays has always been known for putting these girls in the best spot.
These crucial life lessons will stay with these athletes, guiding them toward bright futures and making Miami proud.
Thanks for joining us for this half hour of Headliners. Stay with CBS News Miami for up-to-the-minute breaking news and weather 24 hours a day. Have a wonderful day.